Good rainy morning, everybody. It is, I guess Hurricane Ian's rain is kind of coming up and hitting us. Oh, but I'm going to try to get dogs out because it looks like it's bright enough right now. The video is exporting. Get it uploaded. I just didn't have it in me after all that work yesterday with shed and cleaning up in the bedroom. I had to finish that up after we got done with the shed last night, so. But I just kind of vacuumed up and called it for now. But it definitely did help. Baking soda definitely helped. So I got a comment on the video from our trip about how the Osmo 5 handled the iPhone 14, considering, I didn't realize this, it is 10 grams over the weight that the OM5 is actually rated for. I did not know that, so thank you very much for the comment. But that does explain some of the issues I was having, considering I had a pretty heavy case on it as well with using the UAG Monarch. So keep that in consideration, that I'm using a pretty bulky case too, so it's probably more than 10 grams with this thing. And it does work. It does work. I even ran with it with Priya. It would get itself lost a couple of times, but I've had that happen with the 13 as well, so I don't know. So the OM6 is, I think, built, the motors are bigger for the bigger phone. So, I really don't want another gimbal, but sometimes they are friendly and they are convenient. I don't know. Might want to test it. We'll see. The problem is with Best Buy being so far away and a 14-day return period, regardless of what your status is now, which I think is total horseshit, yeah, getting it back would be a problem. So last night I had a lot of, speaking of returning, last night I had a lot of issues with the soundbar. I started playing around with my HDMI cables, and I swapped over on my Rocketfish converter box here. You see it hanging down right now because I finally got audio to stay going. So I think I might have either the box is shot or has a problem, or I have a bad cable. So, and those boxes have gotten super expensive. They used to be like 50 bucks and now they're like 90. So I don't know what I want to do there. And so far, I didn't check ShiftCam today, but so far as of yesterday, it still hadn't, mine still hadn't shipped, which it should have by now, and it didn't. So I'm sure we'll see it here in October at some point. I did change the calendar over yesterday, so we have a new Basset Hound out. Another cutie. Kind of looks like Priya in a way. So, but today, I completely forgot it was Saturday and Terry goes back to work. So, did make a pot of pumpkin spice Starbucks that I had found. It's pretty good. Actually, the first sip I've taken. I made a whole pot of it though. So, alright, I'm just gonna put, I think, well, my slip-ons are downstairs. That was the only thing I was unsuccessful finding on our trip, was a new pair of just slip-on shoes. Figured, you know, a Goodwill or something. I found different pairs, but they were all way too big. So, I don't know. At some point I'll find a pair or just break down and get a pair at Walmart, because I'm not paying 50 bucks for Hey Dudes again. Not the way I wore a hole right through the bottom of them. Alright, so Ultra Watch battery update. I am at 52%. I took it off in the 8 o'clock hour the night we came home off the charger. So if my math is correct, I've already run 24, it's 9:38 right now, I've already run 37 hours with always on display turned off. So, yeah, I'm not worried about it making it through today. Granted, I only did like one exercise with it yesterday, and I think that'll definitely toll on it, if like right now when I'm using it. So this will probably be the most battery drain I've seen in a while, but I'm not concerned with it not making it through today yet. Now, unfortunately, the other watch I had to swap out because it was in the teens, and it was like at 19% this morning, something like that, or something like that. But it's on the charger now, and this one was not, because this is the one I took the band off for this one. So, swap the green band, because the green one's got a little scratch in it. When Mike and I were on a walk the one day, I took it off for some stupid reason and dropped it on the pathway and put a scratch in the damn screen. So, the green one is currently not going to be used. Eventually I'm going to have to start trying to sell these things, because yeah, I don't need 5 watches. All right, little man out for a walk. A little lappy here with each of them. It's not raining. As you can see behind me, the skies are blue. But according to my screens, it's raining right now. So that's wrong. That is very wrong. But even the back screen's having a little trouble focusing. So, watching some of these different YouTubers do reviews and whatnot. Not all of them are, you know, smartwatch fanatics. Some of them are regular watch fanatics. And the one gentleman, he made a very good point with smartwatches, is the fact that, like your normal everyday watch, you don't have to take it off and charge it. And that's always been kind of a little bit of a dig. That's why I have so many of them, so I can, you know, pop one out. And I'm trying to get that to not be blown out back there, but it doesn't matter. But if you get one that can last more than 2 days, it makes it a little bit better. At least, you know, if you go away, you know, I do have a portable charger I got actually from my ex-wife, and she gave it all back to me, so I have that now. I keep that charged in my bag in case of emergency, because you may just remember, there's been times when my watch has just randomly decided to just drain its battery, like astronomically fast, so you gotta be careful, especially with betas. It's just a beautiful sky. I really meant to take a picture though. Can you pee too many more things, dude? Come on. Well, the sun has fully come out. I'm not sure that my wallpaper is at my location because it's showing rain. So, in the watch face, what the hell are they even called? Notifications, or the little apps you can have on there. Weather Channel is now part of them. However, I have yet to successfully make it actually turn on and show me my weather. When you click on it, it goes into the Weather Channel app and works, but on the display it does not give you like the temperature, and it shows me like Wi-Fi bars with an X. So if anybody can help me out why that's not working, maybe it's a glitch with, and I can't find anything in settings for the Weather Channel to make it work. So I've got the normal weather on there. I'd rather have the Weather Channel one, but it's very unuseful when you look at your screen and you just get a circle with 2 dots and then the Wi-Fi and the X. I was on Wi-Fi when it was, you know, doing it. Maybe if I'm out in the open, maybe it was a signal jam from the apartment. I don't know. So I might try it again. So I'll put the little screen grab I just did, but it's complications. I'm just going to leave that on and see what happens throughout the day, if maybe it just needs some tracking time. But the weird thing is, when I'm in the watch faces and I look at it, it almost looks like that particular complication is not there, but yet it is on the watch. Like you can see, it's just not giving me live data. So, I couldn't remember what Apple called them. They had to call them something unique for Apple. Grab my keys with Prius so I can check the mail. The only thing I'm really waiting on now is my Advance Auto gift cards. And one's going to my mom's and one coming here. I think I might end up upgrading my high beams just so my car is fully LED, and save me 40 bucks on them. My car will be good for lighting for life, I think. So, because sadly, I don't see me ever getting. It'll be a long time until I get a new car. This will be the longest Subaru I ever own, if I can keep it, you know, going. Because I know they're calling for a 90,000 mile checkup, which I do need to get an oil change since our trip. Way more liking using the front camera on this one. It's just it's easier to hold. All right, I got Princess lagging behind like normal, and my keys changed out of the extra long sleeve. This one Terry got me in the cheapskate store, so it's nice little long sleeve Under Armour, lightweight, not too heavy. But with that sun out, it's a little warmer than 50. It feels warmer than 50 something degrees. Because house is 56, my watch is 52. Hey, Princess, yo, sniff a lot. She's watching the squirrel, I think. There was one playing in the road a minute ago. Come on. Come on, let's go around the side. Come on, let's go. Come on. Boy, she's being resistant. Little brat. She gets lost in watching something. Ooh, speaking of watching something, check my tree. Don't normally fill from this side of the road, but I figured it's easier. A little bit more change, not a whole lot yet. Tops are changing. A little bit of color there. We're getting there though. Fall's gonna hit us real fast, I have a feeling. The way that we've gotten this late rain. Alright, well, seeing as that I have to reboot the MacBook because it just like failed to import half the clips, figured I'd show. Just got done cutting my hair. It's getting to the point where it's not even 10 minutes long now. It's like, Terry, help me with the back real quick. That's basically the only spot I really need any help. I can do, it's just the lower part of the back to straighten it up. If I had a little better lighting and I didn't have to hold the mirror to look in the mirror, probably be easier, but one of these days I'll get that figured out. So, I'm not calling it quits yet because I'm going to take dogs for walks, but it's 11:19. I want to get imported at least part way. Gotta get the MacBook decided to start doing its job. It's mainly Final Cut, it's not MacBook. So I reported it once again, and I just sent off to, and just restarted it. So I think I'm going to go and open up the AirPods and show you them quick, and maybe I'll just, like, you know, fake an unboxing for the Apple Watch. I don't have the wrapper for it anymore, but oh well. I think it's cute. Pretty little balloon or Halloween decorations laying down just like she likes to do. Alright, trying to get her out to go potties quick, and then I'm going to try to run through the video and get edited here. This day has changed to nothing but clouds and focus issues once again with the sky. Apple, I think you have an issue with your new camera. Come on, Priya. I don't think it does it. If you go to the 0.5, I don't think it'll lose focus. But for some reason, with the 1X lens, you get out into nothingness and it just goes out of focus. That is not a good thing. It doesn't do it on 13. So I did not realize that NASCAR news, Alex Bowman is actually out on concussion protocol from smacking the wall at Texas last week. You know, watching the Daytona 500 when Jeb Burton flipped, or Harrison Burton, when Burton flipped, whichever one is, I think Harrison. When he tumbled, I'm sitting there going, boy, that car is awful bouncy and awful rigid. This is why these guys are getting hurt. They've taken away the damn crumple zones in the Cup cars, and they don't have any. I mean, it's why F1 cars and Indy cars disintegrate. It's dissipation of energy. These cars are so freaking rigid. They hit something, they don't give. That's why they don't, you know, they can continue on. They might break some suspension pieces, but they're not breaking. There's no crumple in the bodies. Without changing that aspect, the only thing I can think of is some sort of space-age seat that can move during an impact. It wouldn't normally move, but in a heavy impact, the seat can kind of, you know, move along with the energy. There's got to be something they can do. I mean, these guys have blown tires and hit walls. I mean, they're backing into walls and getting a concussion. There's got to be something that they can do. If they don't want to completely change the car, the seat would be the next simplest thing. Some sort of a system in there that breaks away, that it can kind of like on shocks, that it can, you know, give the driver some time to, you know, not that their body's taking the entire brunt impact. It's crazy. These guys shouldn't be getting hurt like this. NASCAR should be ashamed of themselves. And these drivers, I mean, Kevin Harvick and Denny Hamlin, those guys have been outspoken. Not my favorite drivers, but they're right. This is not right that these guys are risking their safety because they built a car that is basically indestructible. The driver's what's destructible now. Battery report status is we're at 41% after a full lap, 2 laps of the dogs. Yeah, I took each dog for a lap. So it was about 38 minutes or so with the activity running. I'm running it right now. I wanted to just come down here and get a little better shot of the leaves, but with it not being a very nice sky, I don't know how good this is going to work out. So, get ready to call this thing up for a day though, because I gotta head to work. You don't want to. This is stupid. Work one day and then have the next 2 days off, and then work a 5-day stretch. I'm not thrilled about this. but this is my life. So, I don't think I mentioned it yesterday, but I did actually stop at the eye doctor, Crystal Vision Center, where I used to go, and November 3rd at 10:30 in the morning, I have an eye appointment. Yay! So, I'm gonna let our manager know so I can hopefully either get, if it's an open shift, I'll have to go on my lunch. If it's a mid shift, I'm gonna be screwed, or I'm gonna be late. And if it's a closing shift, I'll be fine. So I'll make it work with an open or close, but mid shift will be the biggest problem. Let's go to the 3X. Right there we are. Right now, that's the biggest change. But like I said, the sky isn't going to reflect it real well. So apparently Tim's waiting on me to come in to go to lunch, which is absolutely asinine, and management's going to hear it from me. I'm done playing games with these idiots. Sniffing around, Puppy Boo? Huh? You sniffing around, happy Puppy Boo? She went in her crate for a bit there. I don't know what her deal is. Did you go in your crate? Why don't you go lay in your crate? Yeah. Well, there's a good sign of fall. This one's still colorful. Like I said, this white background sucks. Guys, it's time to fly south already?
They're saying it is.
Yeah, they're like, well, get out of here. I wouldn't go south right now, guys. There's a hurricane. I'm gonna say it might rain. It is coming down pretty good. Jeez, in the light it almost looks like it's snowing, but it's not. Alright. Got our shop light, got our hangers. Let's go home.